So the words to that song remind me a lot of my own life. And I talked to Ken this week, and he asked me, and I would like to share my life story with you guys this morning. I believe sharing our story with other believers is a powerful way we can be connected and we can grow in our faith and our fellowship. I always joke around with everybody that I knew God from birth. I was raised in a Christian home. A lot of you here know my parents. My dad was a preacher for most of my life. Both of my parents loved God and instilled that in me and also in my two sisters. I was saved at a young age and baptized when I was a little bit older, but my life story isn't that simple. I was a typical preacher's kid. It was in trouble a lot. I got involved in a lot of things I shouldn't have. But see, looking back on it, I know that God never left my side, and I still believed and I still prayed, and he always had a hand in everything that was going on in my life. I met my future wife in high school. She's right there in the front, Tracy. And when we got a little bit older, she went with me on a youth encounter trip with our church group. And it was on that trip that Tracy accepted Jesus in her life and gave her life to him. And that was probably one of the biggest events in my spiritual life because God has really used her to change me. We got married. We found a church. I started playing in the praise team. We had Grace, our daughter. And then Tracy got pregnant with Lou. Life was perfect. Everything was going great. And then I lost my job. And it got real serious for a little bit. And I was worried about supporting my family. But God stepped in. And he provided me with a job through Tracy's family. They gave me a job so I could continue working. But it was in that time without a job where I was really struggling that God worked the most in my life. Because I had free time, one of my good friends and mentors was the worship leader at our church, and I got to spend a lot of time with him. He discipled me, and we met weekly. He turned me into a disciple for Christ. I felt God really working in my life for the first time. He had been there all along, but I was just never looking for him. I finally started looking for him. I started singing in church, which when I say I started singing in church, I'm not talking about in front of people, just singing literally. I sat there all the time in church and never sang like I do now. I just didn't sing at all. He heard me singing. He asked me to start singing in the praise team. And through him and through the daily discipleship and daily accountability we had with each other, I really felt the call that God gave me to become a worship leader. And that's